Good morning. Since I'm on the road, I figured I might as well do it while I'm on the road. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit today. Might still have to do a part two, and this one is called Sons of Yah, the Decision. Sons of Yah, the Decisions. Plural, morning. And because I've been asking myself for a long time now, we know clearly or understand the concept of God's will, which is his design, what he wants, anything that he wants from you to do, his plan for you. We understand the concept of that, right? Some have even heard of the permissive will. That's more so not the stuff he really want for you, but stuff he'll allow based on decisions that you make. Don't know if that's biblical or not, but I may have to do another video on God's edit feature. But anyway, decisions. Now, the human being is the only creature that, well, not the only. Next to angels, we are the only creature that has the gift or the covenant, I should say, of free will. Free will. Free will is the ability to think for yourself, speak for yourself, do what it is you feel that you want to do or that you need to do. The ability, in other words, to make a conscious decision. I'll sum it up that way. That's what free will is. We know that the angels chose to, Lucifer chose to. You know the rest of the story. So, the master, Yahshua, begins to say that the servant does not know what his master is doing. In other words, a servant does not know about the plans of his master or the depths of his heart like that. It is somewhat of an impersonal relationship because you're just a servant. You're just my assistant. But then he goes on to say that a friend, on the other hand, knows the heart and the intents of a friend. You know what I'm saying? A friend knows a friend. You're not just somebody I hired to do a job. You're not just an associate or even a family member. This is heavy, y'all. But you are a friend. So what do friends do? They get around and they start yapping, right? They start telling all of the intimate details based on that trust that we have with each other. So that's the level of friendship. So we dealt with the level of servanthood. We dealt with the level of friendship. But this video is really about the level, and it's also a covenant of sonship. For those of you that are parents, a son, or let's just say a child, but we're going to say sonship because that's a term the Bible uses. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about your child. So a son has all of the rights to his father's wealth, whether it is that he, like the prodigal son, says, I want it, it's my money and I want it now, or he gets it at a certain time or after the father dies. But the son has, rights. He came from the king. So that's a whole new ball game, a whole new level of love, respect, but really the watchword that I want to focus on is trust. That's a whole new level right there. You trust your children. You raise them. You know what I'm saying? You groom them. So when they become mature sons, mature children, there's a level of trust that now you begin to endow. When your children are small, you establish boundaries, you discipline them, you pop them, you scold them when they get out of line. You remind them of the rules, you remind them of the boundaries, you remind them of, hey, don't touch this because I'm gonna pop you. You see what I'm saying? So, but once that child becomes of a certain age, you have watched them grow. You start to take a back seat. Not that you're not watching them anymore, but you are less involved in their decision-making process. Why? Because you're grown now. You know? For some of us, when we're acting immature, our mama like, you a grown man. You a grown woman. And you asking me, or you a grown this, and you need to grow up. You need to act like one. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying, listen, I've raised you. I'm done. Now I get to sit back and watch the glory of God in your life. I'm not going to make no decisions for you. When you were a child, yeah, I made a decision for you. I made decisions for you because I knew that your maturity level, you weren't capable of understanding such concepts and such responsibilities to bear such burdens. But you are a son now. You are a mature son. I guess the Spirit wants me to give this preface before I get into my thoughts. So it is a level of trust. So I don't have to, walk you by the hand. I don't have to come and, inspect your work. Nah, you're mature. So with that being said, right now, and I can be transparent with it. I'm still trying to find the balance between God's perfect will for my life, as far as certain things, not as a whole, because I'm becoming really clear about some things. So I don't want to seem like, oh, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. No. Just certain aspects of my relationship with Father as a son, a mature son. I'm still trying to find that line between my will, something that I want to do, something I think should be done, and his perfect will. Because he has a will for us, even within some of the decisions that we will make. We will find out that in the end, crossing the road, y'all, find out that in the end, it was actually his will anyway, you see? But he was silent the whole time. There we go again with that maturity issue. I trust that you will make the right decision. I trust that I have groomed you correctly. I have put my spirit in you. I put my thought in you, my ways, my principles, how I do things, how I operate. I don't have to worry about you making the wrong decision because I know that we are one. I raised you right. You see what I'm saying? I raised you right. So some decisions we'll make, in the midst of making it, we'll be totally confused, not knowing, is this the right decision? You may even feel like it's the flesh. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going to do something. And then in the end, you find out it was actually God's decision for you to make. He was just sitting back as that mature parent saying, let me see if what I put in him, what I put in her, they're going to be able to act and operate on it. Let me see if they're going to operate within my system. On the other hand, though you are a mature son, there are some decisions, some ways, some things you will do, think about doing, which is not conducive for you. It's not good for you to do it. So that's when I personally believe, his sovereign will comes in and he starts saying, nope, you don't want to go down that road. I promise you. Why? Just trust me, right? But again, when you're a mature daughter, God's not interested in spoon feeding you, walking you by the hand, putting you in a high chair, bouncing you on his lap anymore. You have to come to a place of maturity. That stuff that's been placed in you, it got to manifest now. So right now, I'm still thinking about one of the things I would like to do. I want to move to a warmer place, a warmer state. It's November right now, end of 2019. I'm in New York. It's cold but not freezing. But as you can see, I have my hoodie down. But I want to be somewhere like Florida or just somewhere where it's warmer year round and where I'm around more nature instead of all of these, as you see, brick and mortar. This stuff is so depressing. you know? And I'm like, okay, is it such a is it that this is one of those things where he's like, son, this is a big world, this is my world, I've created it, no matter if you live in a city or a country, field or wilderness, it's my big world. Anywhere you go, I'm going to bless you. Anywhere you go, I'm going to be with you. Anywhere you go, I'm still going to be manifesting my purpose for your life. I don't know. I don't know if it's that or, him just saying, son, do what you have to do or do what you know to do, make the money, whatever, whatever, and you can get there. You can go there. You don't really need to, go on a whole tirade and fast for 40 days and nights. You know what I'm saying? To figure out if it's my will, I trust you. Go ahead and do what you do. You've mature enough. I trust you that you will behave yourself wherever you go. You'll conduct yourself like my son. Or is it him saying, no, I don't want you to go where it's warmer. I have a better plan for you. Yes, you're going to live where it's cold, but I have a plan for you. You just don't know all the details. You're just going to have to trust me. You're going to have to be obedient. You're going to have to submit yourself, sacrifice yourself, sacrifice what you want for the greater good. Now, the religious or conservative Christian mindset is like, yep, amen, halalo shanda, shaya. They're going to say, go with that route, right? Because that's what we've been told. We've been taught, let's be frank, we've been taught as Christians to be scared. Scared of thinking for yourself, scared of making a decision, just scared of ourselves, if I could say it that way. We've been taught that in the church. Let's be scared. Everything's the devil. So of course, yeah, you would feel comfortable with that. Let God do everything for you. You don't do nothing. You would be comfortable with that lifestyle. But there's just some things you gotta do. He's there to guide, to protect, but not to control. That's the word. That's what I'm rocking with right now. He ain't there to control you. That's a slave master, not a deliverer. So I'm torn between. I'm just using that thing as an example. It's many other things. I could be transparent with this one too. I'm like, Lord, I just turned 30. 10 more years I'll be 40. I know it's horrible to think like that, but my mind just be thinking like that. I don't have no children yet. I'm not married. I'm like, dang, is it something with me? Right? You start thinking, is it that I'm afraid of rejection, so I don't really be taking women on a date? Is it that, do you really want me to wait in that sense and you're going to just hook it up divinely? I don't know. I'm torn between. Because I know I can, make something happen. I got the gift of gab. Like, I know that. And I'm like, is that the way? Is that the way I have to do it? And just, trust that you'll lead me that way? Or is it you really, being a strong position of power to really wait on you and rely on you in that sense and allow you to orchestrate it? I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe I'll never figure it out. Because maybe it's just a constant trusting. Maybe though even you're a son, a mature son, and you may make a decision that the Lord trusts you can make. He ain't really got to worry about you messing things up because he know what he put in you or whatever. That, and then maybe it's also you got to trust him to lead you in certain areas. Maybe it's something that we'll never figure out. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's something we'll never figure out. Maybe it's something we'll never be free from. Because when you think about it, if you was to be freed from that and just know that, listen, whatever decision you make, good or bad, God's going to cover you, you'll be okay with, you wouldn't need God. Not that he needs to be needed per se, but you would not maintain that reverence for him and that love and that honor and that, look up to type of relationship. Like, you would need him because you feel like, I'm good. I can do what I do and all is well. So what are some of the things you feel torn between about? You're just not sure whether it's something, because we hear this all the time and it's starting to irritate me now. Because I can't find that phrase nowhere in the Bible where it says, "Well, you waiting on God, but God waiting on you." Listen, don't hit me with that because I'm gonna get so aggravated with you. Because I can show you, all throughout Scripture where it says, "Wait on God." They had to wait on God. Things had a perfect timing. But again, we've all experienced some things. It really was waiting on us. And all we have to do is just do it, get in it, talk to the person, go to this atmosphere, go to this. We just had to do something. And it was just gonna work out good either way. So I don't know. I think it's just a balance of those two perspectives, if you ask me. But the principle still remains. A mature son doesn't have any training wheels. They're not walked by the hand. They're trusted. They're trusted because they're mature. They should have enough intelligence, discernment, wisdom to make a decision, something that maybe they feel maybe something that they want to do, not nothing that came through a dream or a vision or came out the sky. Boom, this is the will of God. You know what I'm saying? But just something that was, hey, this is what I want to do, or this is on my heart to do. I believe God will still bless it. I really believe that. And then again, there's the flip side. It's like a double-edged sword. There's some stuff he's like, no, don't do that at all. You don't want to do that, or that's not my will. You're gonna get in trouble. It seems cool. It seems good. Some good will come out of it, but you don't have my full blessing on it. So just don't waste your time. So maybe we'll never figure out that line as sons of Yah. Maybe we'll never get it. Again, maybe it's just a constant humility walk and just trusting Him and relying on Him and just Him always being daddy. And just to note as well, as you ascend the ladders with the Lord, because you start out, I would say, as a servant, then friend and son. I mean, I think they're all different levels, but you never ascend out of one and leave the other. It's all of those they stay activated. You know what I mean? So when you get promoted in something, you don't drop. You may drop the title of what you used to be called, but that enablement or that anointment is still active in you. You see? I realized after a while I was called as a prophet. It was confirmed. Next thing you know, God started talking about you're an apostle too. I didn't drop the prophet. I'm not a prophet. I'm still a prophet and an apostle. You see what I mean? So I don't think we'll ever figure it out. I don't think we'll ever get free from that aspect of our relationship. But I just wanted to share that thought. I will be back later today. I have, I think, about two or three other interesting topics I want to talk about. So I'll see you then. But let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Like and share, subscribe, hit that bell button so you can get all the notifications. God bless. Shalom, y'all.